Have you ever woken up in the soft stillness of morning and just paused? Sitting there on the edge of the bed, staring at the quiet floor below, wondering why it feels harder to rise than it did just weeks ago. Not because of pain, but because something feels missing. A quiet strength that once lifted you with ease now seems to hesitate, leaving your legs uncertain, your arms reluctant, your body just slower. You're not alone in that. And no, it's not just getting old. That slow fade, that invisible decline, has a name: sarcopenia. Age-related muscle loss. But here's the part no one tells you: sarcopenia isn't just about age. It's about neglect. It's about not giving your body what it needs, especially at the very moment it's trying to repair itself, while you sleep. Yes, sleep. That soft, silent stretch of time when the world grows quiet and your body, if you let it, begins its most important work. While your mind drifts through dreams, your cells rebuild, your muscles knit themselves back together, and your strength, real strength, has the chance to return. But only if the body is armed with the right tools. And those tools? They come from food. Not pills. Not potions. Not powders. Food. Real, nourishing, carefully chosen food before bed. Gentle, natural sources of amino acids, minerals, and antioxidants that whisper to your body, you're safe. Rebuild now. It's time. And what if I told you that 4 of the most powerful muscle-preserving foods you could ever eat were already sitting quietly in your kitchen? Not expensive. Not rare. Just misunderstood. And all you need is one small serving before bed. Let me take you back to a quiet morning, a conversation over tea with a man named George. 74. Widowed. Once a teacher. Now a man who told me, with no bitterness, I just don't feel like myself in the morning anymore. Not sick. Not in pain. Just empty. Like his body had been holding tension all night, instead of resting. He thought it was age. But I thought otherwise. I asked him to try something. Something simple. 2 small kiwis before bed. Every night. For 2 weeks. The result? He didn't just sleep better. He woke up feeling stronger. Lighter. My legs feel like they belong to me again, he laughed. And science agrees. Kiwi is one of the few fruits that naturally contains melatonin, the gentle hormone that tells your brain it's time to rest. And unlike pills, the melatonin in kiwi comes wrapped in a bundle of natural fibers, antioxidants, and vitamins that support not just your sleep but your recovery. Vitamin C to reduce oxidative stress in muscle tissue. Vitamin E to protect your cells from aging. Potassium to ease cramps and support contraction. And all of it, delivered quietly, kindly, just as the body is preparing for repair. But kiwi isn't just a fruit. It's a key. A signal. A green little permission slip to your nervous system saying, you can let go now. It's safe to rebuild. For seniors struggling with falling asleep or staying asleep, this one small ritual can become a turning point. And best of all, it's kind to your blood sugar. Low glycemic. Easy to digest. No sugar spikes. No crashes. Just balance. Just peace. Now imagine that gentle power, combined with something you've known all your life but perhaps overlooked in the evening hours: eggs. Yes, eggs. Not just for breakfast. And certainly not just a protein on a plate. For older adults, one single softly cooked egg before bed can become a secret weapon. Here's why. Inside each egg lies a full spectrum of essential amino acids, your body's very own construction materials for muscle repair. But more importantly, eggs are rich in leucine. A rare amino acid that doesn't just help repair muscle. It tells your body to begin. You see, past the age of 60, your body doesn't respond to small amounts of protein the way it once did. You need a little more to send the signal clearly. Leucine is the megaphone. And eggs are filled with it. Just one egg provides enough to prime your system for muscle recovery. And if your dinner was light or protein poor, that egg may be the difference between maintenance and muscle loss. But the gifts don't stop there. Eggs also offer vitamin D, essential for muscle coordination, balance, and strength. A vitamin many seniors are quietly deficient in. They carry choline, a powerful brain-supporting nutrient that helps your nerves communicate more effectively with your muscles. So, when you take that first step in the morning, your brain and your body are in sync, not at odds. You may remember eggs being vilified once for cholesterol, for fat. But the truth has changed. Modern research shows that moderate egg consumption does not raise heart disease risk for most people. In fact, it often improves your HDL, the good cholesterol. Unless you've been told otherwise by your doctor, eggs are not just safe, they're deeply healing. I remember Lean, 68, cheerful, vibrant, but struggling with morning weakness. My legs wobble like cooked noodles, she told me, laughing. And her dinner habits? Light. Very light. She avoided food after sunset, thinking it would help her sleep. But her body was starving for nighttime fuel. We added just one poached egg to her evening. No big changes. No grand diets. Just one soft egg. 2 weeks later, she didn't wobble anymore. I feel stable, she whispered, as if surprised by her own strength. Because that's the truth most seniors don't hear enough, your body still wants to be strong. It's not giving up on you. It's just waiting for you to give it what it needs. And what it needs, sometimes, is no more than a warm, familiar egg quietly telling your muscles, we're rebuilding tonight. Now, let's move gently from the warmth of eggs to something smaller, something almost humble. You might pass them by on a grocery shelf. Or perhaps they're already tucked away in a jar at the back of your kitchen, forgotten among spices and baking tins. But don't let their size fool you. What I'm about to tell you is this: sometimes the tiniest things carry the greatest power. Pumpkin seeds. Yes, those little green gems, often overlooked, sometimes dismissed as just a salad topping. But in the quiet nighttime hours, they become something more. A medicine. A message to your muscles. A slow, grounding anchor that works while the world sleeps. Let me tell you about Harold. 72 years old, hands like braided rope from decades as a gardener. A man who loved the earth but hated the way his legs betrayed him each morning. I stretch, he said. I move around. But it still feels like I didn't sleep at all. The tightness. The fatigue. The soreness. All of it had become a morning routine of its own. And when we looked deeper, past the usual causes, we found something quietly missing: magnesium. Magnesium is one of the most crucial minerals for sleep and muscle health. It helps your muscles relax. Not just unwind mentally, but physically let go. Without it, your muscles don't fully release. They stay partially clenched, like a fist that never quite opens. And that tension carries through the night, even if you slept soundly. You wake up sore. Tight. Stiff. Not because you didn't sleep, but because your muscles never truly rested. And here's the beauty: pumpkin seeds are one of nature's richest sources of magnesium. One small handful, no more than an ounce, offers nearly 40% of your daily needs. Not from a pill. Not from a lab. But from a seed that grows in the sun and carries centuries of healing in its shell. But magnesium isn't the only secret pumpkin seeds hold. They also contain tryptophan. A quiet amino acid that your body transforms into serotonin, and then into melatonin. That's right, the same sleep hormone we spoke about with kiwi. But here, it comes paired with a mineral that actually supports the conversion process. Magnesium and tryptophan, together, create a cascade. A nighttime signal that softens your nervous system, slows your thoughts, calms your heartbeat, and sets the stage for deeper rest. Not just sleep, but recovery. Restoration. Repair. When Harold added pumpkin seeds to his evening, just a small portion, nothing more, he noticed something remarkable. My legs feel like they've been thanked, he said, smiling. Like I finally gave them what they were waiting for. And science backs him up. Better sleep improves your body's release of growth hormone. That's the hormone responsible for cellular repair, for tissue healing, for rebuilding the muscle fibers that break down through the day. Without deep sleep, growth hormone barely shows up. But give your body the right signals, the right nutrients, and your nights become more than rest, they become recovery sessions. Pumpkin seeds are also rich in zinc, which is essential for immune function, tissue repair, and hormonal balance. And here's something many older men overlook: zinc supports healthy testosterone levels. And testosterone isn't just about libido. It plays a crucial role in maintaining muscle mass. In other words, these seeds don't just help you sleep better, they help you wake up stronger. And we're not done yet. Each ounce of pumpkin seeds provides about 7 grams of protein, plus healthy fats that slow digestion and deliver amino acids gradually through the night. That's key. Because if your body runs out of fuel while you sleep, it may turn to muscle for energy. That's not just unhelpful, it's harmful. Especially as we age. What pumpkin seeds offer is slow, steady nourishment. A quiet presence that says, "Don't worry, you have enough." Now let's talk about how. You don't need much. A tablespoon. Maybe 2. Eaten plain, or stirred into a bit of Greek yogurt. Lightly toasted if you prefer, but never salted. Because sodium before bed can nudge your blood pressure higher, strain your heart, disturb your rest. Keep them pure. Let them be what nature intended, simple medicine in seed form. There's something beautifully reassuring about the ritual, too. Holding the seeds in your hand. Feeling their texture. Chewing slowly. Letting their oils release. It's not just nourishment. It's mindfulness. It's presence. It's a reminder that healing doesn't have to be loud or grand. It can be small. Consistent. Intentional. Of course, one word of caution: pumpkin seeds are dense in calories. That doesn't make them bad, it just makes them powerful. Too much, and the scale may tilt in ways you don't intend. So be kind. Be precise. One small handful, nothing more. Think of it as a tonic. A nightly dose of strength. So now we've moved through fruit, through eggs, through seeds. And each one, in its own quiet way, carries a piece of the puzzle. But there's one more. One final food. And it's the most unassuming of them all. Not flashy. Not sweet. Often forgotten in modern kitchens. But it may just be the most powerful bedtime ally your muscles have ever met. It's not what you expect. But it may be exactly what your body has been silently asking for. Cottage cheese. Yes, the quiet, lumpy dairy that many remember from childhood plates, now sitting quietly in the back of refrigerated shelves, rarely celebrated, often forgotten. But let me tell you a truth that may change how you see it forever: if there is one food that gently holds your hand through the night, nourishing your muscles with every passing hour, it is this one. Unassuming, soft, and humble, but behind that modest appearance lies a nighttime powerhouse. Let me take you back to a conversation with a woman named Martha. She was 76 when I met her. Bright eyes, always quick with a story, but lately, her legs had begun to falter. Getting into the car felt like climbing a mountain. Her steps became cautious, hesitant. "It just feels like my legs don't listen anymore," she said softly. Her doctors had blamed it on aging. But I looked at her with a different lens. Not as someone growing old. But as someone still capable, still strong, who simply needed her body to be reminded of what strength feels like. We made one change. Just one. A few spoonfuls of low-fat cottage cheese, about half an hour before bed. No fanfare. No major diet shifts. Just that. 3 weeks later, she looked at me, tears welling slightly, and said, "I feel like my body finally got the message. I can move again. I feel stable." Why does cottage cheese work so beautifully, especially at night? Because inside it is a very special kind of protein, casein. Unlike most proteins that digest quickly, casein moves slowly. It releases amino acids into your bloodstream over the course of several hours. That means as you sleep, your muscles are fed, quietly, continuously, gently. While your eyes are closed, your body is open, receiving the building blocks it needs to repair, to grow, to strengthen. No rush. No spike. Just a steady stream of nourishment. Think of it like this: an egg gives your muscles a handshake. Cottage cheese gives them a warm embrace. A soft, lasting signal that says, I'm here. I won't let you fade. But that's not all. Cottage cheese, like eggs, is also high in leucine, the very amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis. It's the green light your body needs to begin rebuilding. And when leucine comes paired with a slow-digesting carrier like casein, you get the best of both worlds: the spark to start recovery, and the fuel to carry it through the night. It's also low in carbohydrates, especially the plain, low-fat variety, so it doesn't spike blood sugar. That's important, especially for seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes. In fact, some studies suggest that the protein in cottage cheese may even help stabilize overnight glucose levels, reducing the risk of nocturnal blood sugar crashes. And if you're watching your heart, there are low-sodium, low-fat options that make it accessible to nearly everyone. No compromises. No risks. Just healing. Now, some people don't like the texture. That's okay. You don't have to eat it plain. A few banana slices. A sprinkle of cinnamon. Or even a spoonful of kiwi from earlier in the evening. These are not recipes. They are rituals. Ways to tell your body, here is what you need. Rest now. Rebuild. And it's easy. That's the most beautiful part. No stove. No prep. No cleanup. You open the container, take a spoon, and in that quiet moment, you make a decision that will shape your tomorrow. Because that's what this is really about. Tomorrow. Every time you give your body something healing, you are writing a letter to your future self. A letter that says, you're going to feel a little stronger in the morning. Your steps will be steadier. Your breath a little fuller. Your body a little more yours again. So many older adults believe that to get stronger, they must do something extreme. Lift heavy weights. Follow strict meal plans. Take handfuls of supplements. But the truth is far gentler. Real strength after 60 comes from quiet consistency. From tiny decisions made again and again, with care and intention. A peeled kiwi. A soft egg. A tablespoon of seeds. A spoonful of cheese. That's it. Not flashy. Not loud. But deeply effective. Each one of these foods speaks a different language to your body. Kiwi says, sleep is safe. Eggs say, it's time to rebuild. Pumpkin seeds say, let go. You're supported. And cottage cheese says, I will be here all night, nourishing you. They work not in isolation, but in harmony. A quiet bedtime symphony for your muscles. A routine of dignity. Of love. Of renewal. So now, as you prepare for sleep tonight, I ask you, what will you give your body? Will you close your eyes and hope for strength tomorrow? Or will you give your body the gentle message it's been waiting for? That you believe in it. That you're willing to care for it. That you haven't given up. Because here's a truth that bears repeating: muscle loss is not your fate. It is not the toll you must pay for age. It is not inevitable. It is preventable. And more than that, it is reversible. But only if you give your body the tools. Not in overwhelming ways. Not in loud declarations. But in soft, steady habits. One thoughtful choice at a time. One peaceful night at a time. Tonight, maybe you peel a kiwi. Or boil a single egg. Or scoop out 2 spoons of cottage cheese. Maybe you let pumpkin seeds melt slowly in your mouth. It doesn't matter which one you start with. What matters is that you start. That you listen. That you honor your body not as something failing, but as something quietly waiting to be nourished again. Because you still matter. Your strength still matters. And the body you live in, though older, though changing, is still capable of healing. Not all at once. Not with noise. But with quiet care. With patience. With love. You are not powerless against aging. You are not doomed to weakness. You are being invited into a new way of strength. One bite at a time. And perhaps, as you lie down tonight, something inside you will shift. Not because of the food alone, but because of what it represents. A choice to nourish. A promise to heal. A commitment to never abandon your body, even as the years go by. And when morning comes and you rise from your bed, you may find that strength has returned. Not all of it. Not right away. But enough. Enough to stand. Enough to walk. Enough to begin again. Before you go, remember this. Your body hasn't given up on you. It's still listening. Still responding. Still waiting for your care. If this video gave you hope, or a reason to start, hit the like button and share this with someone you love. And if you're ready to keep learning how to age with strength, dignity, and peace, go ahead and subscribe to Healthcare. Together, we're not just growing older, we're growing stronger, one night at a time. See you in the next healing story. And until then, sleep well. You've earned it. Before you go, remember this. Your body hasn't given up on you. It's still listening. Still responding. Still waiting for your care. If this video gave you hope, or a reason to start, hit the like button and share this with someone you love. And if you're ready to keep learning how to age with strength, dignity, and peace, go ahead and subscribe to Healthcare. Together, we're not just growing older, we're growing stronger, one night at a time. See you in the next healing story. And until then, sleep well. You've earned it.